Speaking of companies that are going down the drain,
Amiibos have been
Nintendo is doing what Nintendo does best.
Amiibos have been extremely controversial ever since they were first introduced, and every single game that Nintendo releases that uses them, the features that are locked behind these paywalls have become worse and worse, and now gamers are furious over the $30 music paywall for MP4. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I think the amiibo features are absolutely ridiculous. I think if I am buying a full-priced video game, I should be able to unlock everything that is in the experience through playing the title. We're not talking about, I don't know, a $10 or $20 indie game, right, where they sell extra maybe cosmetics, because there are gameplay changing features locked behind amiibos, and right now gamers are furious with the fact that the MP4 amiibos can do things like lock a jukebox feature behind this paywall. You are sent into the desert, right, which is a barren, bland, pretty boring, it seems like rushed together filler level with this bike.
This is Nintendo, bro. Like, think about how much, like, music is such a huge part of Nintendo's identity. Like, I'm gonna move myself back over here. Legend of Zelda, right off the bat, would be one of the major top things that I would think about when it comes to music. Super Mario Bros. Hell, I'm using the Donkey Kong 64 music for some of my channel. Like, come on now. And you're gonna lock it? All music, like, behind 30 bucks? That's... It's not just insane, it's just stupid. Like, how? Like, I would understand if, like, you get extra tracks, but you're gonna get no music at all?
And you are forced to actually buy the amiibo if you want to be able to add music to this area. Now, we are not talking about them creating a specific piece of music for this area and then that's locked.
They really forgot how to make games so badly they don't even put the music in the game anymore.
Behind the paywall, but basically while you are riding the bike, if you have this $30 amiibo unlock, you can change the music so you can add on other tracks that are in the game, so there's not like a special song that is locked behind the paywall. But either way, this is extremely scummy. This should be a basic feature in any game that has segments like this, period. I do not want to be forced to ride through this boring, barren wasteland and not be able to at least listen to something cool, unless you have a segment, right, where you're listening to maybe audio cues and you have to follow these certain sounds. I can understand that. That's a little bit different. But
you see, the really good games, what they do is when those audio cues play, they reduce the volume of the radio so you can hear it. And obviously, if your radio volume goes like really down, that kind of tells you, you know, a little bit of environmental storytelling there. That tells you that something important might be happening in the area that you should be listening to.
You at least should be given the option here, and well, unless you swipe your credit card,
like they figured out this technology back in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
You can. Luke Stevens posted, let me get this straight, if you pay $30 for the collectible Samus amiibo in Metroid Prime 4, you get to play/select music while driving the Walla bike in the otherwise quiet desert. In other words, they locked music while riding through a desert behind a $30 paywall. Am I missing something that makes this not insane? And actually, he's missing more to the story because it's even worse than that. You have the ability to change the background music. Once a day, you can activate a shield that prevents damage up to 99, and when the shield is activated, Samus's life is also restored to full tank. So we are talking about—
So it's just they give you straight up cheats. Alright. I mean, to be fair, if it didn't do that, at least, then I feel like I'd be more mad, right?
even more gameplay changing mechanics, and you also have these other amiibos which give you things like being able to change the color of the voila with every touch of the amiibo. You can see the total mileage of it. Once a day you can speed up the recovery of
I feel like the changing the color thing would be like that's totally fine to me.
the energy boost. There's also one that gives you
Even the 99 shield. I could take that. Maybe the restore life to full tank might be a little bit overdoing it, but I think I could maybe forgive that. The background music change is absurd.
cutscene unlocks. There's a Metroid Prime 4 amiibo that
There's
speed up the
cutscene
recovery
unlocks?
of the energy boost. There's also one that gives you cutscene unlocks. There's a
That's ridiculous.
Metroid Prime 4 amiibo that unlocks something others won't see unless they 100% the game, which is
As far as I'm concerned, that tells me you cannot 100% the game unless you pay an extra $30.
crazy. So they're locking cutscenes behind an amiibo purchase as well. Now, with the background music, there is technically a way to get it while playing the game, but you also have to 100% it. So they are expecting you to 100% the game, do every piece of content, scan every item, but after that you can unlock the changing background music feature. But why would you be playing the game still if you've already 100%ed it? Like, that's crazy to me. It's not a game where they have, I don't know, 5 rounds of major DLC and you're definitely going to be going back to it in the future and they've got 2 years of content planned now. We haven't heard anything like that. And the fact
I guess that comes down to how much replayability the game itself has, right? At that point,
that some people are trying to use this, oh, if you put hundreds of hours into the game, you can
because
unlock...
like even with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the first one, I feel like there was a lot of replayability because of the fact that, at the very least, the puzzles were a lot easier, so you could go back and like do them all, and in a lot of cases, you'll be able to unlock a lot of the stuff you needed to a lot earlier because of that fact.
this feature too as a way to defend.
You know, the best example I have for like games that have like amazing replayability would be like Fallout, because you can't get all the perks or max out your stats in a single run.
And Nintendo is crazy
So
to
that
me.
allows you to
Are
change
you
up your
dumb? That's
gameplay a
not
lot.
true. You can find every item in the game. Instead, oh joy, I can unlock music once there's nothing left to do in the game. Brilliant. Believe it or not, that doesn't actually help your case. So it's basically pay or do a boring chore. This was a major problem with the Marvel's Avengers game that released a few years back. They expected you to put thousands of hours into the title to unlock features and to unlock certain skins and also basically just be able to continue playing the game. And they were like, oh, it's okay, you can unlock everything by playing the game. Yeah, but I don't want to put 3,000 hours into your trash product. Okay, that's probably the most ridiculous Nintendo scheme yet. Andy Worski just laughing at it. And it's very laughable, yes. The fact that they thought that this was okay is mind-boggling. And Nintendo has been doing this for years. They have always put very questionable unlocks and features behind these amiibo paywalls, but it's always good to point it out, even if this is your first time learning about how scummy they are with amiibos. Still call it out. Leave a post on social media, share videos, leave likes, actually interact with content that is upset with this, because it could lead to Nintendo changing one day. I don't necessarily know if that would happen very easily, but this is definitely the most backlash we've ever seen surrounding amiibo features. So maybe they'll end up changing after this, who knows?
Again, they're gonna keep, like always with any company, right? They're gonna keep trying to push as far as they can. They might walk it back a little bit, but they're always going to keep trying. It's never gonna stop.
If you can spend $60 for a game, then you can easily spend $30 for an amiibo. Besides, what's stopping you from just playing music from your phone while exploring the desert? This is such a nothing burger issue, because I should not be required to spend $60.
Oh, what is this absolutely brain-rotted idiot here? What? Why put music in a video game when you can just play music on your phone? Yeah, what's the point? Yeah, why put music in a video game? You know what? Screw it. All video games, no music needed anymore. Screw it, why? Because why not? Like, who actually needs the music, right? That's stupid. Bro, it's like absolute, like, nonsensical idiots like this freaking moron here. Wow, yeah, just make, why not? Like people who beg to get a crappier product, I swear. Yeah, give me the shittiest product and, like, shovel it into my mouth. Bro, stop eating the turds. You don't have to eat turds.
That feels unfinished. I should not be forced to spend 30 extra bucks on a hunk of plastic to get a feature that they could just put in the game for you to have up front.
Who the hell defends
that there are people that are defending
getting
this
a crappier product
nail, and well, they're getting ratioed. And they deserve it. If a game on a brand new system looks like this in 2025, perhaps there are other things you should be worried about. Here's a 2011 game from 2 generations ago, and yeah, this game already has a lot of red flags surrounding it, but man, oh man, is it sad to see a company trying to nickel and dime their players so much. I get that ultimately they are a company and this is just what they're going to do, but they could at least, I don't know, just make it so amiibos give cosmetics. That's acceptable. That doesn't lock features behind paywalls. That doesn't lock gameplay bonuses behind paywalls. That doesn't lock cutscenes and context for the game behind paywalls. And I hope that they listen. I really do, but I just don't think they're going to change their ways. Nintendo looking at this, it's not personal, it's just business. Yeah, honestly, insane how people still defend Nintendo at this point is beyond me. Wait until you hear they've been doing this stuff for years now. Why are you complaining now? Because the only way things are going to change is if we call them out. And even if you're just learning about amiibos doing this and having these features for the first time, it is important to still call it out, which I highly recommend everybody does if you're upset with this, because it is unacceptable that they do this time and time again. So I will be.
I agree, and I feel like a lot of times, if the actual levels were like full of content, full of things to do, full of like, you know, like areas to explore, little spots, I feel like people wouldn't notice the lack of music. It does speak volumes to the quality of the game if the lack of music here is like really missing and really like taking away from the experience of the game.
Following the situation pretty
enough
closely
to have people
right
actually
now. There
care
are
about
tons of gamers who are upset
like,
over this.
point
Millions and millions
to say that
of views
it actually upsets
being
them.
put onto these posts, thousands of comments being left, lots of shares happening, and really, it is good that we are criticizing because it's the only way the gaming industry might change for the better. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon. Amiibos have been
absolutely amazing video. Please go drop a like, go drop a sub, all that good stuff. Yeah, I honestly, I feel like because Nintendo has sort of like been in their own corner of the gaming, I guess, world, they kind of don't gotta worry about anything. I mean, damn, they got freaking Nintendo World and Universal Studios, they got movies coming out, they got... They really can min-max themselves out as much as they want, and it really feels like because they have the opportunity to basically gamble with scummier practices, they're taking every chance they can. It sucks, but that's what they're gonna do. That's Nintendo. They've been doing this for a long time, but I agree. I feel like the only way to really get them to stop is public opinion. That's realistically the only way to get them to stop, or to like start doing better practices, calling it out, making a big fuss, and essentially making it so that using predatory methods is actually more damaging to their reputation than any amount of money made would make it worth it. That's the only way to do it, is to make it hurt more than it does help. Like, reputationally. We're gonna move on. Please go check out the video. Please go support Mono da Cheese. Ayoo! Monodachi! Thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also find links to the videos that we reacted to today down in the description below, along with my Oshi marks. I'll see you in the next video, Monos. Goodbye, and thank you so much for swinging by. Saru!